This just in, Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis are now blaming Roger Goodell for the Bigfoot conspiracy. Yes, it is Goodell's fault, just like the Super Bowl blackout last year, just like the Roswell, New Mexico alien encounter back in the 40s, just like the unknown origin of the crop circles in Europe. It is Goodell's fault. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your video report for Thursday. A couple of free selections coming your way in just a moment. We'll talk about some of the football games, a motley crew of football games on tonight's card as well. But first, let me just take a quick detour. Did you see Scarlett Johansson admitted that she got a 1080 on her SAT back when 1600 was the max score? Let me ask you, anybody out here watching this video give a damn that Scarlett Johansson got a 1080 on her SAT? I mean, are they the numbers that we're really concerned about when it comes to Scarlett Johansson? Come on, raise your hand. You in the back, get out. Leave. You shouldn't be watching this video report. ScarJo can get she could have gotten an 880. She could have gotten a 680, like a lot of athletes in America. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, let's talk about your games here tonight. I've got a lot of different promos and discount codes coming your way as well. What really surprised me, and all the handicappers, send emails through customer service that I get copied on with their plays. I'm looking at the guys with the plays today, and just about everybody has ignored the NFL game tonight between the Browns and the Bills. Okay, I realize that earlier this week you just weren't sitting there on Tuesday morning going, damn, I'm 72 hours away from watching the Browns and the Bills for national TV tonight. I can't wait. I know you didn't plan your whole schedule around this particular game, and I'm telling you, I think it is unquestionably the best bet on tonight's board. And listen, guys, I come into today's card looking for a 7th straight winning day. Gave you the 5-dime winner last night. Easy one on the Rays, 4-0 over Cleveland. That was preceded by the 15-dime winner on Pittsburgh over the Reds on Tuesday night. And as you know, 99% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. And I had kind of easy 15-dime winners on the Saints over the Miami Dolphins on Monday night. And an even easier one with the Broncos destroying Philadelphia on Sunday. Well, tonight, guys, I've got to play equally as strong. It's another 15-dime release. I am 5-0-1 with those NFL 15-dimers so far this season. And again, 99.9% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. And I think the best bet on the board tonight is not any of the college games. I think it's the one in the NFL, the Browns-Bills side. And that's what I've got going here this evening. Now, other handicappers certainly don't feel like I do, because look at what Brad Wilton's coming with tonight. Not only has he made $10 bettors $11,635 the past 85 days, not only is he going for winning day number 15 out of 20, but tonight he has another 100-dime max wager. Number 8 out of 11 since he joined the site the day before the Super Bowl earlier this year. His Pac-12 game of the year, your UCLA-Utah side. Now remember, he just had his 100-dime play on Saturday in college football. His revenge game of the year, Arizona State by 21 over USC. Yes, Brad Wilton is responsible for Lane Kiffin getting fired at Southern Cal. And you Trojan fans out there, those 17 of you that are still left, you should all be grateful for his pick on Arizona State rolling with ease by 3 touchdowns on Saturday. Anyway, tonight, Brad Wilton, 100-dime winner number 8 out of 11. It's your Pac-12 game of the year, UCLA-Utah. And FYI, guys, I took a moment before I started this video report to check. Brian Rosica, who's going for football winner number 4 out of 5, and 70-dime winner number 3 in a row tonight on UCLA-Utah, after hitting last Thursday with the 70-dimer on the 49ers over the Rams. Saturday hitting with a 40-dimer with Iowa over Minnesota. Tonight, he's got a 70-dime play on the same exact game. However, these guys are on opposite sides. I just wanted to let you know. So if you buy one, you know who the other guy has. Again, Rosica and Wilton are on the opposite sides of tonight's game. So, want to save money along the way? Guys, you can save $21 off a single purchase today, whether it's my play or Rosica or Wilton's or anybody's here at the site. Pick or package, it doesn't matter. Use the coupon code SAVE21, S-A-V-E, and the number 21, S-A-V-E, and the number 21. Scott Delaney has certainly made you a fortune in baseball. Hell, he's made you a fortune in every sport over the past 10 months. His $10 bettors are up over $5,900 in that stretch. Tonight, his second biggest baseball release of the entire season, your Pirates-Cardinals winner. You can save $60 on this play by using coupon code SCOTT 60. Scott, 60. SCOTT and the number 16. Remember, to put this in perspective, this 80-dime play tonight is just as big as his biggest NFL release so far this season when he gave you an 80-dime winner on the Kansas City Chiefs in the blowout of the Giants this past Sunday. The half-price play of the day today. Isn't that redundant? Turning to Trace Adams. I think the worst of the college football games tonight, one that I have absolutely no opinion on, is the UL Monroe Western Kentucky game. Now, UL Monroe, I know 2 Saturdays ago I went against them and backed Baylor at home, and Baylor won 147-3, I think, in that contest. It was really 70-7. It only seemed that way if you happen to be a Warhawks fan. But Trace Adams tonight, second biggest college football release of the season. Western Kentucky, UL Monroe side. Now, normally a 1,000-star play is his top-rated selection, and this guy has made $1 bettors over $17,000 the past 3 months. Tonight, he has a Raise the Bar release, a 1,500-star play, and it's 1,500-star Raise the Bar winner number 22 out of 33. Your Sunbelt Game of the Year play. It's the half-price play of the day. The coupon code is simply his first name, Trace, T-R-A-C-E. And finally, the $5 play of the day, turning to Chris Jordan, Pac-12 total of the year. Game kicks off at 10 Eastern Time. Yes, it's Utah and UCLA. You're over-under. You save $65 simply by using coupon code CHRIS5, C-H-R-I-S, and the number 5. Remember, if any of the handicappers I just mentioned don't happen to be at the site that you're watching this video report, all you got to do is contact customer service, and they will point you in the right direction. Okay, let's talk a little baseball here first tonight. You've got both of your National League Series getting underway with the Dodgers opening up at Atlanta, and you've got the Cardinals at home against Pittsburgh. Dodgers and the Cardinals are both minus 160 in their series. How can you not bet both of those teams in the series, best of 5 series? In the Pittsburgh-St. Louis series, you have a St. Louis team that had the second best major league record at home this year and just took care of business at home against the Pirates about 2 weeks ago. You have a Pirates team that had to burn their best pitcher, Francisco Liriano, in the wild card play-in game a couple of nights ago. So unlike the Cardinals, who can go with Adam Wainwright on extra rest in Game 1 and come back with him if needed in a pivotal Game 5, Pirates don't have Liriano available, and you know what he's meant to the staff so far this season. Sure, they got Jared Cole, and sure, they've got A.J. Burnett, but I'm sorry, I'd rather have Liriano in the best of 5 series. So I think you go ahead and lay the 160 and take the Cardinals. As for the Dodgers, I think tonight's game is actually pretty much a toss-up affair. I got to be honest with you. I actually would take a shot with the Braves as the decided underdog in this contest here this evening. But in the series, I'm going with the Dodgers, baby. I mean, come on, look at the pitching matchups. I mean, you got Clayton Kershaw's going to go twice, and oh, by the way, you got Zach Greinke coming up after him, and I mean, with that rotation, it's just hard to imagine that the Braves are going to beat them, considering that veteran journeyman and former Orioles cast-off Freddie Garcia would most likely start game number 4 just a month after being acquired and picked up by the Braves in this series. So that tells you what the Braves pitching staff looks like. Plus the Braves, offensive inconsistency. It's long ball or bust. So I like the Dodgers. Now, again, I thought that maybe I'd take a shot and put a little money down on the Braves as the home dog tonight because I like the way Chris Medlin is pitching, but it's kind of hard to go against Clayton Kershaw on a 1.83 earned run average on the season. You know what I mean? So again, I would go with the Dodgers and the Cardinals as series winners, both minus $1.60. Now, for your college football games tonight, Utah and UCLA, I'm not surprised that Brian Rosica and Brad Wilton are on opposite sides of this game. I think it's a very tough game to really get a handle on. I mean, you got a UCLA team and their only road game this season. Well, you know what happened there. They rallied from the big double-digit deficit to roll over Nebraska and Lincoln 41-21. I mean, you got a UCLA team that's averaging 53 points and 602 yards of total offense a game. You got a Utah team that's coming off a huge Holy War win against BYU, right? That has averaged 42 points and a little over 500 yards of total offense per game. You got 2 good quarterbacks with Wilson for the Utes and Hundley for the Bruins. You got 2 teams that are somewhat effective at running the ball, but the bottom line is they're putting points on the board and they both have questions defensively. Tough game. Tough game. But let's come back to that in a minute because the line in this one is 6 points, okay? Now, Texas and Iowa State is your other game on the board tonight. Listen, Matt Brown is in trouble, guys. If you haven't noticed it, I've alluded to it many times in previous video reports. Listen, Brown's the athletic director that's had his back for all these years is stepping down. He announced his resignation earlier this week. He's gone next year. When you lose to BYU on the road and get crushed and let the Cougars run for over 500 yards, you got problems. And Brown did. He fired his defensive coordinator immediately after the game. Brought in a former Texas assistant, Greg Robinson, to revamp the defense, and it worked for about one half of their next game at home against Mississippi, and Ole Miss destroyed them in Austin. They did manage to rebound, playing a decent game against Kansas State, their last outing out, to square the record at 2-2, but let's face it, the Wildcats aren't that good this year, and now they find themselves on the road. Well, Iowa State, last Thursday, we all saw them roll at Tulsa. But let's look at Iowa State in the 2 home games for the Cyclones so far this year. They opened the season against Northern Iowa as a 9.5-point home chalk, and they lost that game 28-20. Then they took on Iowa, their arch rival, and they lost that game at home 27-21. And now you're telling me tonight Texas is an 8-point favorite. Now, 7-point favorite in this contest. Problem with the Longhorns, their biggest problem, other than their defense, is the fact that quarterback David Ash is once again out because of concussion issues. Case McCoy, he ain't Colt McCoy. And that doesn't say much on any level of that statement that I just gave you, okay? But I think Texas has the talent to win this game, and it's a must-win situation because, Brown's got to win this one, so when he goes to the Red River rivalry game against Oklahoma and the Sooners kick his ass in a week and a half, he'll be ready to go 3-3 on the season. So I think Texas gets the win tonight. Can they cover? I don't know. But how about this, guys? How about a 2-team teaser? How about Texas and UCLA and a 2-team teaser? You're basically taking 2 road teams, making them -1 and pick them. And I think that would be a decent free pick for you today. So both the Cardinals and the Dodgers and their respective best-of-5 NLDS series as series selections minus $1.60, and I would go with a teaser with Texas and UCLA as your other freebie today. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all. Oh, geez. Need I remind you that it's fantasy football time? Yes, NFL starts tonight. You've got till Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Remember, with fantasy football here in conjunction with DraftStreet.com, every week we've got a contest, and this one is a free contest, $100 to the first prize finisher, $1,000 of total prize money available, free to enter, and the top 100 finish in the money. All you've got to do is click on the ads here for DraftStreet.com. Remember, you've got until 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday to finalize your rosters. You get a $100,000 mythical bankroll to play general manager with. You got to pick a couple of quarterbacks, a couple of running backs, a couple of wide receivers with that $100,000, and you don't have to be Scarlett Johansson and have that high of an SAT score to figure this all out. Best of all, it is free to enter this week, so check it out. Click on the ads for this week's fantasy football contest with DraftStreet.com.